Well. Another tier list. I've got for you guys today a dessert tier list. I have 12 different desserts I'm going to be ranking today on this list, so it's going to be a pretty big one, so you better strap in for this. Also, like all tier lists, there is hot takes inbound, so just make sure you're prepared. You may not be prepared for some hot takes I'm about to drop, so just bear with me and enjoy the ride. First, we have pie. Now, I wanted to start with pie and not cake just because I think that pie is better. I think pie is just the better dessert. Every time you eat cake, it's always the same unless there's something wedged in between, the layers, or there's a different type of frosting on it. It's very, very standard, um, which makes pie an S tier. I think pie is an S tier because I've grown to love it recently. There's nothing like a crisp apple pie or like a tart cherry pie. It's just, ooh, it's so good. It's special. Now, cake, on the other hand, comes in several different shapes and sizes. So it's a solid dessert, especially for a party to enjoy. So it will get points for that. Also, it is cake, so it's not like it's bad. It's not going to get a bad rating, so don't be scared. Cake is going to get an A for me because pie is just better. Ice cream, I mean, do I even have to talk about ice cream? Like, this is an S. There's an infinite amount of flavors of ice cream to choose from, and it's the go to dessert for any household. If there's not ice cream in your freezer, what are you doing? S tier. Cheesecake, dude. Cheesecake. Oh my god. Cheesecake is so good. This is the easiest S of my life. I don't think there will ever be an easier S than putting cheesecake in S. This is a one of a kind dessert. It is decadent, it is flavorful. It's so good in so many ways. Cheesecake is an easy S. There's nothing else to say about it. Cookies are next. Cookies are good, tried and true. Um, they're better homemade though. There's a lot of cookies you can get at the store, and they'll never be as good as a homemade chocolate chip cookie. That is just peak cookie right there. But cookies as a whole, I mean, yeah, there's a lot you can do with cookies, but they're just not as interesting as cheesecake or ice cream or cake or pie. So this is going to go into B for me. Now, talk about uninteresting. We have pudding next. It's not that pudding's bad, pudding's really good, but it's really boring. Very boring. There is nothing exciting about pudding. The only thing that makes pudding exciting is putting something on it. Yeah, D. Cupcakes are good, but why have cake in the shape of a cup when you can just have a full slice of cake? I feel like the frosting gets a little annoying a lot. It gets on your nose really easily, at least for me. Maybe just because I have a big nose, but there's nothing in cupcakes. It's just frosting on top of a hunk of cake, so it's nothing really crazy. Um, yeah, they do taste good, but they're kind of boring, at least in my opinion. They're gonna get a C for me. Next, we have candy. Now, I wanted to put candy on the list just because, well, number one, it's sweet. Number two, it's used with a lot of dessert. There's like candy flavored ice cream and candy toppings for like frozen yogurt, which actually isn't on this list, but excuse me if I didn't put frozen yogurt on the list. It's just ice cream. Can we agree with that? I mean, it's just ice cream, right? I mean, it's frozen dairy. Ice cream's frozen milk. Frozen yogurt is frozen yogurt. Yogurt is milk. It's the same thing. Can we just agree on that for a second? I'm not a big candy guy. I only have a sweet tooth for other desserts, and I don't really have a sweet tooth for candy much. This is getting an extremely honest E. Brownies are next, and just like cookies, brownies are way better homemade. In my opinion, cosmic brownies just kind of, I don't know, kind of suck. They're really low quality, like artificially manufactured chemical product. Like, it's just not good. I don't know what to say. Cosmic brownies are not good. How many times do I have to say it? Cosmic brownies are not good. Is it engraved in your head now that I think cosmic brownies are not good? What are you going to do to me? What are you going to say? Go ahead. I won't get too ahead of myself here. Brownies in general are good, but they're really hard to perfect, and they're usually just too chocolatey for me. There's a limit for me when something gets too chocolatey. It's just kind of just very ugh, you know, too much. So it's too chocolatey for me to put into a higher tier than C. Cannolis are next. Cannolis are a classic Italian dessert, and they're always good, but I don't think it goes up against cheesecake or ice cream or pie, so cannolis are going to get an A for me. These little Belgian cream puffs that you get in the box are so good. They are to die for, especially frozen. If you've never had a frozen cream puff, please do that. Go to the store, go get a box of cream puffs, and throw them in the freezer and tell me what you think. Oh my god, they are so good. You can get chocolate ones, you can get vanilla ones. I think you can get strawberry ones. I'm not sure though. You probably can, but yeah, cream puffs are an S. They're so good. They're to die for. And lastly, we have eclairs, which are basically cream puffs, but they're not supposed to be frozen, and they're long. So picture like a Boston cream donut, but it's long. Like a longer Boston cream donut. I rarely even eat eclairs, but I figured I'd put them on the list just because they're similar to cream puffs, and it's the most common pastry you see behind the glass at a bakery. At least I think. Eclairs, for me, get a B. And I do have an honorable mention, which I actually have two honorable mentions. One is tiramisu, which is my all-time favorite dessert. I think it does not get better than tiramisu. Picture like a coffee-infused cake. It is so, so good. You guys know I like coffee. I love cake. Coffee and cake goes perfectly together. There's some chocolate icing on the top, chocolate shavings. Oh my god, it is so good. The other honorable mention is donuts. I honestly think donuts are more of a breakfast thing, so that's just what I personally think. Muffins were also going to go on the tier list, but muffins are more of a breakfast thing too, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, I don't really see myself getting a box of donuts for nighttime. It's more of either middle of the day thing or a breakfast. You know, you get a coffee with a donut for breakfast. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tier list. I did. Now you guys know how strongly I feel about some of these desserts, but that's in the past. Go back if you want to watch it again and scream at my face. I don't care. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed this tier list. I know you guys like my tier list, so I try to keep posting them as much as I can. And although the uploads haven't really been consistent recently, I'm trying to work on it. I'm trying to balance out work and this and free time, so it's kind of hard to find that middle point. So I apologize in advance for that, but yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.